So let us move on to the next chapter. What is the next chapter now? Charge. Okay, let us take the next one. Charge. Now for this, all these soft copies, as I told you, I'll give you the drive link from where you can go with this course and all. So from there you can download, not an issue. Yes.
Bluetooth mode.
Yes, ma'am. So we are moving on to the next topic, that is reverse charge mechanism. Reverse charge mechanism, see, the point is very, very important topic. There are independent questions asked in the exam as well as adjustments inside the 10-mark problem. You know all that. Now, in this, what is difficult? Now, see, remembering the supplier, recipient, and nature of supply is not difficult. Conceptually, not that greatly difficult. You should remember simple: who is the supplier, who is the recipient, what is the nature of supply. First, how many entries are there in this? Sir, there are 22 entries. Okay, of course, serial number 16, but in middle you have 5A, 5AA, 5AB, 5B, 5C. Next 9A in middle. So total 6 extra entries will come. So total 22. In this first one, GTA services very important, obviously. GTA everywhere they are testing are simple. Either RCMA, FCMA option you have. RCM is 5% GST, FCM is 18%. Correct? Normally, whatever is given in RCM notification, general rule for them is RCM. Who is liable to pay GST? Recipient is liable to pay GST. Correct? So generally, wherever there is RCM, the general rule itself is what? Recipient is liable to pay. Now, in some cases, like 3 cases, there is an option to go with RCM or FCM. One is GTA, who is author renting a cab, cost of fuel included. There, same like GTA, there are also 5% GTA. So GTA has 2 options, or FCM. General rule is RCM. Recipient is liable to pay. Correct? Now, sir, here, who should be the supplier? GTA, sir. GTA means what? Goods transport agency means who transports the goods by road and issues a consignment note, but excluding local delivery service. Excluding local delivery services through or by e-commerce operator. These porter services, Rapido, Parcel, Dunzo, these are not covered as GT. Sir, we are also issuing consignment note. We are also transporting goods by roads. You are not called as GT. Okay, other than that, sir, every other fellow is a GT. Next to our house, there are some individual lorry drivers or truck drivers, etc. They're not GT because they don't issue a document called consignment note. Okay, fine. So GTA is the supply. Now understand, for GTA, 3 types of customers are there. Specified recipient. Who are specified recipients? Factory, society, cooperative society, person registered under the body, corporate, partnership firm registered or not, and casual taxable person. Do you remember these words? 7 recipients. These fellows are called specified recipients. And all those 7 fellows should be registered either under that respective laws or GST normally. Okay. Factory registered under Factories Act. Society registered under Society Act. Cooperative society registered under Cooperative Society Act. Any person registered under GST. Any body corporate registered under any law. Partnership firm or not. Casual taxable person registered GST. So everywhere there is a word register. Not for partnership. No partnership firm registered. Mandatory. Correct? So that way, apart from that cases, remaining all cases is recipient is registered. But then if you provide service like GTA taxable, first option is RCO. GST rate. Second option is FCM 18%. In question they will not for FCM. Just tell GST. So here you should remember GST. There is a GTA services, GST paid 5%. That means it is RCO. There is a GTA services, GST paid 18%. That means FCM. So they will not tell you the RCM or FCM directly. Then you should be careful. But other than that factories, for example, for staying here in hostel, came for coaching. Yes, 5 and 18%. Earlier it was 5 and 12. Now it is 5 and 18. Now there is no 12% slab. No, they've changed everything to either 5 or 18. September 2022, GST 2.0. Correct. That way. So earlier it was 12%. Now it is 18%. Okay. It was 18% for last attempt only. Okay. Right. Shall we continue? Right. Now, sir, other than that, for example, you are staying in hostel. Sir. Once exam is over, you want to go to your hometown. While going to hometown, the biggest pain is what? Books. What must we talk about? Correct. You felt that you left the books there only and gave such a wonderful fellow, God gifted child. Okay. No, listen. So, sir, imagine, let us assume, what's your name? No? Devi. Let us assume Devi is like, after the classes, everything is over. No? She wants to go to her native Srikakulam. So she is now worried how to transport the books, all that. Now, Risha is giving idea. Don't worry, bro. There is a GTA called Vishnu's GT. Go to that fellow, give the books, he will transport safe. Okay. Now, Alicia is also thinking. But also you do services. We'll do everywhere, all India. So now that we are transporting the goods of a person, Devi is a factory, society, cooperative society. Person registered under the body corporate partnership, casual taxable person, no. Any person other than the specified recipient. Example, unregistered. For her, GST is exempt. Here it is transporting the goods by same way. Sir, you know section 51 TDS, applicable for government departments, establishments, local authorities, government agencies. This point you remember, Nora. I will teach the concept later on. That concept you remember, like there is section 51. According to section 51, these people have to deduct the tax and give to GST department. How do they deduct and give to department? For that, they should have some communication with the department. They will do phone pay to Mimi auntie, yeah? So, I mean, a finance minister. No. So the point is, sir, they should have some communication. That means they should have been registered under GST. Why are they taking registration under GST? Are they doing any business? Are following section 51 TDS provision. To follow section 50, what they are doing? They are taking GST registration, but they are also registered. You have a point to specify recipients, any person registered under GST. But for these people who got registered under GST, just to comply with section 51 provision. From now we call them as section 51 for our understanding. What are section 51? Who got registered under GST just to comply with the provisions of section 51. For them also, it is a sir, when it is exempt under GST, there is no point of RCM or FCM, correct? So there is no RCM or FCM. So this is the entire story of GTA. GTA has three types of customers. Specified recipient, other than specified recipient, section 51. For specified recipients, it is taxable. Either RCM or FCM. It is RCM, 5%. It is FCM. Okay. Okay. Either 5% or 18%. Am I clear? Right. For others, other than specified recipients or section 51 entities, it is exempt under GST. So no RCM, no FCM. That is the concept. Yeah, everybody. Right. Next. So this is DTSL. Next, legal services. Legal services, individual advocate, firm of advocates, or senior advocate, providing legal services to business entities. Here, business entity registered in India or not doesn't matter. If it is a business entity, it is RCA. Do you remember legal services exemptions? Legal services, if you remember exemption, legal services arbitral tribunal, these two follow same rule in exemption, same rule in. Now, for these people, what is exemption actually? If you remember, individual advocate is there, firm of advocates, senior advocate, arbitral tribunal. These people providing services to any person other than bet. That means business entity in taxability. For example, they are providing services for Imran Hashmi divorce case. Any person other than business entity, taxable exempt or exempt. Providing services to any business entity whose aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year does not exceed the. Are you able to recollect this point? Small business entity. What do you mean by small business entity, sir, for our discussion? I say in class normally small bet, small bet, small. Small bet means business entity whose aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year does not exceed the threshold limit, making them liable for registration. The threshold limit, for example, we are providing some just 10, 20, 40 is that much turnover also you did not do. Not in the current financial, the preceding financial year. Be very careful. In some questions, they give entire question information. At the end, they will say aggregate turnover in preceding. Like, why this information has been given? Because inside the question, either there will be some government services or legal services. For government services, if you remember, there is an exemption. For business entities, like this, exempt whatever the service provided by government. Legal services, exempt. Sometimes they will say aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year, 2.5 crore. You will ignore it. Even after ignoring, you will get the correct answer. Well, because it is taxable no. Only if it is like below 10, 20, 40, there you ignore it. So sometimes in ignorance you will do the right answer if it is more than that limit. Okay, so whenever they give preceding financial year aggregate turnover, please be careful. For a moment, you just stop and check what is that they are trying to. Okay, shall we continue? And to central government, state government. But these people, if they provide services, now they're providing services. Normal individuals exempt of RCMA, FCMA, nothing. Imran Hashmi divorce case, example. Or they're providing services too. Let us assume a small business entity. Imagine like there is a sole proprietor, an innocent farmer by name Pushparaj doing red sandalwood business. Okay, sole proprietor, not liable for registration. Hardly doing yearly 1 lakh, 2 lakh turnover. Okay, for them we are providing some legal services. Taxable exempt. Exempt. Are you understanding the point? So imagine there is like Sonu Sud charitable organization registered under GST, great turnover, etc. etc. Providing legal services, taxable exempt. Taxable because their aggregate turnover in preceding financial year is more than threshold limits. Taxable. Taxable under RCMA FCA. Legal services, I am summarizing it. Also RCMA. First thing, to check whether it is RCMA or FCA. See whether it is taxable or not. If it is exempt, is there any point of checking RCMA? Not required. Correct? Are you understanding the point? So, I repeat. So, first of all, there is exemption. There is no point of RCM or FCM. So, we are checking first whether it is exempt or taxable. So, what I am trying to tell you, the advocate services to any person other than business entity is exempt. No RCM, no FCM. To small business entities, exempt. No RCM, no FCM. To government, exempt. No RCM, no FCM. That means business entity whose aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is exceeding threshold limit, taxable. Taxable means RCM. Same logic even for arbitrary. Am I clear? Shall we move on? Right. Now, next. What is next one? Legal services done, ma. Arbitral tribunal also done. Sponsorship services, very, very, very important one, ra. Please be careful. Fourth one, what is the fourth one, ra? Sponsorship services. Sir, who is the supplier, ma? Sponsorship services. Who is the supplier here? Sponsorship services can be by any person other than body corporate. So, sponsor is, recipient is a body corporate or a partnership firm. First one small misunderstanding you have to eliminate. Sponsor is not the supplier, he is the recipient. He is receiving the services of advertising his brand. Correct? Tata IPL. Tata is a sponsor. Are they giving anything or receiving anything? They're giving money for what? For advertising their name. That means they're the supplier or recipient. Recipient. Our general misunderstanding is, sir, we always misunderstand. Sponsor means a supplier. He's supplying money, not any goods or service. He's supplying money because you are advertising his name. Clear? So sponsor is the recipient, not the supplier. Now, even in audit, etc., in future you go, this is very important. All that points I cannot touch now. But just imagine, nowadays the best way of advertising any product is what now? Social media platform, all these things, so-called, seriously, I hate that word, ma. Please don't misunderstand me, okay? Right? Because what kind of influence they are giving, we all know. Okay, right. Now coming to the point, yes. So they are the good source of advertising for us. And you are seeing so many YouTube videos, etc. They'll say sponsored by so and so company like that. Sir, the product belongs to a company, the brand, a body corporate. But who is the supplier there? Some individual, any person other than body corporate character. That fellow is only advertising your brand and getting the fees. Who is liable to pay GST? You are liable to pay GST. Imagine a startup company getting the services from these social media fellows, paying money to them, but they don't know RCM. When you go for audits of some startup companies, all that you will see this. On the face of it, profit and loss account, there will be one amount, sponsorship fees. RCM, no sir. Not registered under GST only, sir. Speak about RCM. They have not even taken GST registration. Why? Because not yet started the business. Are you understanding the point? Here, RCM will come when you are registered or unregistered. Whether you are registered or not, it doesn't matter here. In this case, the condition is you should be a body corporate, that's all. You should be a partnership firm, that's all. Hey, Manslayo. In next points, you will see condition where you look at this person registered under GST. That is different. Now, what you read, body corporate partnership firm. Recipient is a company, ra. Enough. Recipient is a partnership. Enough. You should pay GST under RCA. I have not taken GST register. Take no and pay GST. Not a problem. Are you understanding the point? Here, you are registered only RCM. If you are unregistered, FCM. They will not say take registration. That is the difference. Are you understanding the point? Here, condition itself is registration. Now, let us proceed. Listen carefully. Sponsorship services clear. Supplier should be any person, but not a body corporate. Earlier, that word was not there other than body corporate, but now it is other than body corporate. Recipient should be body corporate or partnership form. Hmm. When the lecture starts, actually, there will be some count. When the lecture keeps on going, the count comes. Ah, that is the real problem of attending online. I'm telling you, the biggest reason for reducing in pass percentage in CA course, you have too many options, and we explore all the options. In life, if you stick on to one, your life will be peaceful. When you try to explore too many things, life becomes little bit problematic. Okay, if you know, you know. Now, coming to the point. Yes, listen, listen. Coming to the point, sir. Here, sir, sponsorship services, body corporate or partnership firm is the recipient. Now, then they should pay GST under RCM. Shall we continue? One more clarity I give here is sponsor is not the supplier, he is the super. Next, government services. Understand all government services are taxable, comes under RCM other than these. Postal Department, railways, services in relation to aircraft or vessel, or transportation of goods and passengers. All other things will come under RCM. And there is a clarification saying that Delhi Development Authority is not a local authority. For them, RCM is not applicable for the services what they provide. Normally, any local authority providing any services, RCM comes into picture if it is taxable. But Delhi Development Authority is first of all not a local authority. They give that clarity. So remember this: Delhi Development Authority is not a local authority. Hence, RCM is not applicable. Now, coming to the point here, government services. Remember, government services. Government is having two customers. One is public, the other is business entity. To general public, if they provide any service, it is exempt. Other than A, B, C. What are A, B, C? A is nothing but Postal Department, Indian Railways. That means this is taxable. Services in relation to aircraft or vessel. Aircraft or vessel. Let us assume Shrikant, individual, a poor fellow, having one chartered flight, that's all. Parking that in Kempegoda International Airport. Okay. Paying landing and parking fees to central government. Taxable exempt. You cannot say, sir, I am individual, sir, general public, sir, common man, sir. Okay. So that way. So it is taxable. Transportation of goods and passengers, taxable. Remaining all services by government to general public is the same exemption is available even for small business. That means whose aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year does not exceed threshold limit, liable for registration. For other business entities, everything is taxable, but you should give some relaxation, correct? So for them, what is the relaxation we give? Consideration is less than or equal to 5,000. If it is greater than 5,000, taxable, correct? But this consideration less than or equal to 5,000, you cannot go and ask for speed post 50 rupees only. Can you give for A, B, C always taxable and taxable under FCM. Taxable under FCM. Remaining everything which is taxable, that is taxable under RCM. Now, just one small example. You tell me the answers, chakachak, so that I'll understand whether you have understood or not. Anything visible, Amma? No, look at this now. Postal Department services, right? To Mr. Ram. Sitaram movie you saw. Postcards they will be exchanged. That fellow. Okay. 10 rupees postcard, taxable exempt. Postcard, inland letters, and envelope, book post, envelopes less than 10 grams, all that you have seen. That is the main purpose we started Postal Department. Further, they gave exemption. Later on, you started bank, insurance, all this nonsense and all, collecting electricity bill. This is to compete with private players. All those are taxable. Postal Department only the basic mailing services, postcard, inland letter, book post. If the weight itself is less than 10 grams. Have you seen postcard in your life? Inland letter. Go home, check with your parents or grandparents. Any memories have been stored or what? Okay. So that way. Is it taxable or exempt? Taxable or exempt? Postcard exempt. So long I was telling the same story. Hungry, for another 30 minutes cooperate. You are only hungry. You are only tired. You just imagine my situation. This is not even a normal batch. Otherwise, I can just talk something, crack some jokes, relax, all these things. From morning non-stop, I'm talking like a radio jockey. Correct? Yes. So, show some empathy on your faculty and show some energy. Okay. Right. So, postcard, taxable exempt, exempt. Postcard is exempt. Postcard, inland letter, book post. These basic things exempt. Speed post, taxable. Super. This postal department is providing services. Express parcel post to Vivar the Private Limited, whose aggregate turnover in preceding financial year is just 18 lakhs. 420 rupees they are charging. Express parcel post, taxable or exempt? Taxable. Right? This always taxable, Adi sir. No matter who. For individuals only we are taxing. You're a company, correct? We leave you a no. Providing some intermediary services to TCS. 12 lakh. Taxable. TCS, I'm not writing turnover. Okay. Yes, not because aggregate turnover not exceeding threshold limit, no. Right. So taxable, but taxable under RCMA, FCMA. You know, A, B, C, Postal Department, Indian Railways, aircraft or vessel, transportation of goods, passengers, always FCM. Always. F. Next, insurance services to Reliance Company, 7 lakhs. Taxable. RCMA, FCMA. RCMA, FCMA. Hey, online fellows, why are you not responding? Ma? You're not giving. Like respond fast, respond fast. R, F, E, E. Online fellows, am I audible? Respond. What a sleeping, Ra? You're also relaxing, Ra. Hmm. So taxable. RCMA, FCMA? FCM. Devi, clear amma? Sumitanda? Rosanda? Akiles answer. Okay. Next. Government of India providing technical services to Vivar Private Limited. See properly until the rape buffaloes. Not you online fellows. You also. No, they are also saying RCM, RCM. And the moment I start the scolding, they say FCM. Hey, this is a business, small business entity, Ra. Vivar Private Limited aggregate turnover in preceding financial year 18 lakhs, appa. Oh, mental fellows. Third stage. Okay. Like before lunch. Okay. After lunch, you go to a different stage. Well, fine. Hey, this is taxable exempt, ma. Exempt, ma. Depression, Mohammed. Depression and all, you should not have. We should give depression, sorry. We should not have depression. Okay. The real meaning of depression you will understand when you go to article sheet. Okay, not no. This is just a trailer, ma, Tambi. Okay. Right, yes. Exempt are yes, no. Next, now you tell. Providing technical support services to TCS Limited. RCMA. Yes, super. Reliance. Technical support services. What, Disha? Like, okay, sir. You only tell, sir. Hey, exempt are less than or equal to 5,000 rupees consideration you have discussed now. Now, for small business entities, you give exemption everywhere, ra, other than ABC. Then other business entities will come and fight with you. But you also we are giving one relaxation. But consideration should be less than or equal to 5,000. That is what 4,000 is. In this example, I have covered almost every damn thing. Okay, one comprehensive discussion. Now, in this entire story, there is one special guest. That is renting of immovable property, playing a cameo role here. In renting of immovable property, generally it is FCM. Generally, we don't want to leave the money there. Okay, renting of immovable property, we don't want to leave the GST portion there. Government said we are renting immovable properties. It is subjected to GST. Renting of immovable property is subjected to GST. Other than residential properties, residential purpose. You are going to bus stop. There is one shop rented by government. In railway station, there are stalls. They are renting the shops. You see some telephone towers installed in assembly, parliament, court, somewhere. All these places, what they are saying, na sir, whether you are a central government, state government, union territory, local authority, parliament, assembly, whoever you are, renting immovable property is subjected to GST. But if the recipient is registered, let us take RCM. The recipient is not registered, FCM. Clear? Entry 5A we are discussing. What entry 5A says? We are in entry 5 RCM here. You see in this discussion, we are done with entry 5. This entry we have discussed. Yeah. Entry 5A, what we are saying? The government, including court, tribunal, all these things, excluding Indian Railways. Anywhere else, if you are renting immovable property to a registered person, RCM. Unregistered person, FCM. Got confused. For residence exempt. In railway station, I am having vada poda canteen shop. That I am paying rent. That is not my house, correct? Only residential rent we pay for house only exempt. Commercial, this building we are paying GST. Rent plus GST. Big building you are feeling okay GST, but they are also small building. Logic is same. Commercial purpose, business purpose. It is taxable. Only residential purpose exempt. Business purpose taxable. Am I clear? Shall we continue? Now listen carefully. Listen carefully. So in these cases, recipient is registered now. Who are you? You are government, or even court to tribunal. All these things. You are renting immovable property is taxable now. Okay. If it is recipient registered RCM, unregistered FCM, simple. But this rule is not applicable to Indian Railways. What does it mean? Whether you are registered, whether you are unregistered, every time it is FCM only. Are you understanding the point? Whether you are registered or unregistered, every time it is. Am I clear? Shall we continue? Now, one small example here. In the name of examples, we are discussing some questions. Are you understanding that point, Ra? Hmm, Look at this now. Greater Chennai Corporation, a local authority, renting a shop to My Hair Salons, sole proprietor business, unregistered energy. Online fellows respond now. Hmm. What do you feel now? FCMA. Why? Unregistered. Super. Very good. This one, renting a shop to Chartered and Co. A partnership firm registered under GST. Clear? Yes. Now, look at this. Madras High Court is renting the court premises for installation of tower, telephone tower to Geo registered under GST. Same Madras High Court is renting a shop to Vada Poda Canteen unregistered under GST. Sir, Indian Railways is renting the premises to Vada Poda Canteen unregistered under GST. To Geo for installing the tower. So that is the concept. For Indian Railways, always FCM, renting of immovable property. But for other government and tribunals, all these courts, assemblies, parliament, all that, recipient is registered na RCM, unregistered na FCM. Am I clear? Shall we continue? Understood a little bit? I understand one single day many concepts in your mind. Don't have a choice. Correct? So this guy is like giving some sarcastic. For taking this course, I should have thought it twice. Like that, okay. Right. Yes. So let us discuss something regarding renting of residential properties. Entry 5AA and 5AB. Entry 5AA and 5AB. Okay. So first they brought renting of residential dwelling, RCM concept. Then they brought renting of commercial property also. First of all, renting of residential property for a residential purpose, exempt under GST. Here the focus is on purpose, not on the property. You tell me anybody will take commercial property for residential purpose? No person with a little bit of brain will not do it. Okay. So the point is, for renting of residential property, people are using it for residential purpose. Some startup companies are setting up their office in residential properties. Some dentist is running his clinic. Some doctors running their clinics. Some anybody running their chart account office in residential apartments, you will see in future. Okay. So like that, you are using residential property for what purpose? Business purpose. If you use it for residence purpose, it is exempt. But you are using it for what purpose, no? Business purpose. Taxable or not, no? But majority of the cases, sir, there were collecting GST and giving it to government, sir. So they brought RCM here, saying that residential property, triple R movie, simple. Residential property. For what purpose? Residential purpose no exempt, no. Business purpose. Recipient is registered. RCM. Simple. Residential property, recipient is registered na RCM. For business purpose you are using, of course. Now, business purpose or personal purpose, this problem will come only for whom? Individuals. For a company, there will be business purpose and personal purpose. Every time it is business purpose only. For a society, cooperative society or partnership firm. So, the point is, sir, if you are using it for business purpose, then it is done. Business purpose or residential purpose will come only for individuals. But for others and all, it will be obviously any property they take on rent, it is for business purpose only. Now, coming to the point. Renting the residential property. For what purpose, no? Business purpose. And the recipient is registered. Then what is the answer? Did I speak anything about supplier here? No, I did not speak anything about the supplier. Did not speak anything about the supplier. If you have understood, correct, Appa? Now, that means what? Recipient is registered, unregistered, alive, dead, does not matter for it. It is always RCM. But this table tell me the answer. First one, what is the answer for first one? These are the various possibilities. Ma. Renting of residential property. For what purpose? Business purpose. First case. First case RCM or FCM. Second case. CS is composition scheme. I did not teach you any extra condition. You don't create. This point will be relevant in the next entry, not here. Just to compare that purposefully I wrote here. Okay. Next, unregistered person, unregistered person. It is FCM, but there is no person to collect tax and give it to government. You cannot say it is exempt under GST. It is taxable only. But there is no, it is like you are going to roadside tea stall and drinking tea. It is taxable only. Correct? But you go to roadside tea stall and drink. Why they are not collecting GST? Because that fellow is also unregistered. You are also unregistered. No RCM, nothing. GST is their FCM, but no person to go and collect. Okay, exempt is different. Not collecting tax and not giving to government is different. Next, next, RCM, FCM. Online students response has come down. Be more attentive. RRF, something like that. You take that's all. No. Morning, how vibrant you are. You know that. I was very happy. Check messages. Okay. Now I have to remind them. Okay, should I bring some betel leaves, some turmeric and kumkum? Right. Yes, sir. So what is the answer? No, RCM, FCM. RCM, simple. Why? Because I told you only one thing. Renting residential property for business purpose. Recipient registered. RCM. Supplier registered or unregistered. I told you dead, alive. All these things doesn't. Have I clear everybody? Right. That is the concept. Let us move to the next one. Now, after bringing this, government thought about commercial property also. In commercial property, they have changed the conditions. Residential property, very simple. Residential property for business purpose. Recipient is registered. RC. So, over. Now, sir, commercial property. What are the conditions? Now, if you see the commercial property, the conditions are recipient should be registered, but supplier should be unregistered. Here, if you see any person, but here it is. That means, like in previous case, you cannot say supplier is registered or unregistered or dead. That you cannot tell. Here supplier should be definitely unregistered. Recipient should be registered, not opting composition scheme. Property is commercial property. Now, commercial property, recipient, just leave about recipient. Supplier, you focus. Supplier, unregistered. Recipient, registered but not opting composition scheme. One more time. Property is commercial property. Supplier is unregistered person. Recipient, registered but not opting compositions. Then only RC. Correct? Shall we see the table? First one, what is the first one answer? Supplier unregistered, recipient registered, RC. Supplier unregistered, recipient registered, but opting composition scheme. Super. Supplier unregistered, recipient also unregistered. FCM. Previous case also no tax, no, nobody will go and collect tax, correct? Hmm? Right. Third one, fourth one, sorry. Fourth one. Because first condition itself is violated, correct? Supplier is registered, condition is unregistered. So first condition itself is violated. Next one. Am I clear? Be very careful with this entry. Just remember the conditions. That is very, very important. One is, sir, residential property. Simple. I repeat, see, law is too technical. I am just trying to simplify it. You just remember my dialogue, that's all. Residential property, na triple R dialogue you remember. Residential property, but for business purpose. Next one, recipient is registered. RC. In commercial property, three conditions are there. Commercial property, supplier is unregistered, recipient is registered but not opted composition scheme. Not opted composition scheme. Am I clear? Then it is RC. Clear? So that is one the concept. Now, so that is the story. Shall we move on? Yes, fine. So with this, we are done with this property related discussion. Entry 5A and 5AB. Hope you have got the clarity on that now. Correct? Now? Yes. Guys, understand revision is very, very crucial here. As I already told you, GST concept, the volume looks small, but has multiple layers like a spider web. So you should be careful. Shall we continue? Whatever we are discussing, you are comfortable, correct? First of all, the real problem comes in remembering that. For that, you should have good amount of revision and practice. Okay, right. Next. Next one, remaining and all small things, more easy. They are not like that greatly technical or whatever. Entry 5B, 5C, not relevant for your syllabus. Just girls, your favorite task. Ignore. Okay, 5B and 5C. Okay, just ignore them. Okay, boys, you also now feel happy. Okay, we are also ignoring something in life. Okay, right. Sixth one, entry number 6 is what? Director services. Director services, if you remember, sir, here, director services, we should understand. In director services, there are multiple possibilities. First is, director may be an employee, may not be an employee. If he is an employee, you will deduct TDS under section 192. Not an employee, 194J. If he is an employee, you remember Schedule 3, neither SOG nor SOS. No need to pay GST. Then when RCM will come, will not come. But if you are not treating him as an employee, you will deduct TDS under section 194J. Okay. Now, independent director or anybody, non-executive director who is not an employee, simple. You are not treating him as an employee. That's all. Now, listen carefully. If he is not an employee, it is supply of service. But what if your body is established by government? Already we have seen in Schedule 3. Then again it is neither SOG nor SOS. No GST. No need to worry about RCM, FCM. Correct? No sir, he is a director of any other body. Then only GST. Wait, look at this flow. See, straight away I'm not showing you the notes of flowchart because you will focus on that. not on my explanation. Okay, otherwise, whatever we are discussing, we have either notes, flow chart, all these things. Don't worry. Okay, especially when I'm elaborating the things, definitely there would be notes for that. Okay, right. Director treated as an employee, either saw, not sauce. Not an employee, 194J. But what if that fellow is a director of a government body? Again, neither sub nor sauce, even though 194J is there. In all other cases, supply of service, RCM will come into picture, director service. Okay, director's remuneration. So, independent director of TCS company.
Bluetooth mode.
Hello, 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 hello. Independent director of BSNL company. Not a supply because it is a body established by government. Correct, Amma? Are you understanding the point? So, that is the concept. Now, here, one interesting one. This is okay, neither sub nor sauce. Even to director services. In this case, why you are saying neither sub nor sauce? Because employee providing services under employment contract, neither sub nor sauce. He will attend board meetings. For attending the board meetings, you will pay sitting fees. What about that? Are you paying salary? Are you paying perquisites? Is it as per employment contract? Then that is the concept. Even though you are a director employee, obviously the sitting fees we are paying for board meetings is supply. Okay, ma? Then RCM will come into picture. Am I clear? No, only here. Here it will not come because here director services itself is neither SOC nor SAS. No. Here we are not treating it as director services. You are providing as an employee, so not a supply. But if you are attending board meeting, you are not an employee. You are a director. So sitting fees is taxable under RCM. Here director remuneration itself is not supply. Then sitting fees is also not a supply. Here salary is not a supply, perquisite is not a supply, but director's remuneration you are getting as sitting fees only. That is supply. Supply under RCM. Simple. Here director remuneration obviously supply RCM. Clear? Shall we continue more? And one more thing, remember, when you are a director of a company, you provide services as a director only RCM. You provide some other services in your individual capacity. Maybe some advisory services as an engineer because you are an engineer in a professional capacity, etc. etc. You are giving services not as a director. Then this point will not come. You should be providing services only in the capacity of what, ma? Director. Then only it is a RCM. Hope it is clear for you. Shall we continue? Pakka? Understood? Right, super. So that is director services. Next. Remaining thing, insurance agent, recovery agent, please be careful there, ma. Okay. Next, music composer, photographer, artist, all these things, author also. Author only difference is you have an option to choose FCM also. Okay. Next, this business facilitator and correspondents, please be careful. Overseeing committee, individual direct selling agents, all these are small things. Be careful with business facilitator, business correspondent. There, I'll just tell you here. See, understand. In business facilitator or business correspondent, what do you mean by that? I give meaning there, but that is none of your business. Don't worry about that. That technical words associated with banking field, but still I give meaning there. I am saying from exam point of view, not relevant for you. But what you need is only this: business facilitator providing services to bank, RCM. Agent of business correspondent providing services to business correspondent, RCM. Now in your mind there are some words: business facilitator, correspondent, all these things. In exam they will ask this one, you will write RCM. Or they will ask this one, you will write RCM. Because the words are almost similar. They'll play with the wordings there. Are you understanding the point? To give you that clarity only, I have just extended this. Even though they spoke only about business facilitator and bank, I just extended the previous one. Agent of business facilitator to business facilitator is not covered. So automatically it is what, no? Business correspondent to bank is not covered. Agent of business correspondent to business correspondent only covered here. Correct? Just I am stretching these things just for your clarity, so that in exam if they ask you this, you will not get confused. Should not get confused. Are you understanding the point? Please be careful here. Right? Yes. That is regarding business facilitator and correspondent. Next, security services. You go through that now. In security services, remember, security services means what? Normally providing security personnel. Okay. The last point before winding up for the day. Don't worry, everyone. Please be attentive. Now, sir, supplying security services. Supplying security services. In this case, what happens now? Sir, supplying security personnel. Supplier should be any person other than body corporate. Recipient should be registered under GST. Other than body corporate means what? You can take individuals, HUF, partnership firm, LLP. LLP you can take now. LLP is a body corporate. But for the purpose of GST, it is not a body. We don't have time to discuss the technicalities. Ignore. But remember, LLP is a firm for the purpose of GST. Always remember this. LLP is a firm for the purpose of GST law. But this is for the purpose of GST law. Okay. Because of the technicalities, the meaning of body corporate definition, all these things. Okay. You just remember for the purpose of GST, LLP is treated as a firm, not as a body corporate. Okay. Now you tell me, in security services, supplier can be any person, individual, HUF, partnership firm, or LLP also. But recipient should be registered under GST, not body corporate. Registered under GST enough. We'll see one small question now. Look at this. Bodyguard Security and Co. A partnership firm. Guys, with all the examples we are discussing, questions if you have understood, not giving us sentences, I'm just using this flowchart or dabbas, arrow marks, all that. Okay, right. So Bodyguard Security and Co. A partnership firm. Providing everywhere, four cases are there. All the four cases supplying security personnel, 10 lakh, 10 lakh, 10 lakh per month. Okay. First, to whom you are providing this service? Mr. Sallubai, registered under GST, opted for composition scheme. Correct? RCMA, FCMA, online fellows, RIFA, RIFA, RIFA. RCMA, FCMA. Recipient should be any person who is registered under GST but not opted for composition scheme. Okay, not opted for compositions. So it is okay. Here also that condition, registered but not opted for. Same condition where we have seen commercial property. Commercial property condition is supplier should be unregistered. Recipient should be registered but not opting composition. Here supplier can be any person other than body corporate, but recipient should be registered under GST but not opted for composition scheme. So second one, Kapoor's Family Private Limited, registered under GST, RCM. Third one, Miss Karina Sapur, registered under GST. Where supply is same, customers only changing, that's all. Correct? Supplier of security services by partnership firm which is not a body corporate. Condition satisfied. Recipients only we are checking the conditions. Okay. Recipient is Miss Karina Sapur, individual, registered under GST. RCMA, FCMA. Why? Registered under GST. I want to show you, Ray, no matter whether you are a body corporate or non-body corporate, answer remains same. Condition of body corporate, non-body corporate is only for the supplier. Recipient only registered. Okay. So this is RCA. Next, this one, government Department registered to comply with Section 51 provisions, TDS. RCMA, FCMA exempt. RCMA, FCMA exempt. Online fellows. RCMA, FCMA exempt. How many of you say FCM? Raise your hand. RCM exempt. Yes, it is FCM. Exemption is given for GTA services, not for everything. GTA services to Section 51 entities only you saw exemption, correct? That exemption will not apply for everything, right? Everywhere Section 51 entity government department going and buying AC, you will say exempt. Only they buy GTA services, exemption is. For this services, exemption is not there. Okay. Here it is FCM. So now what is the condition? Recipient should be registered, not opting composition scheme, and not registered for the purpose of Section 51. Those are the two things. Okay, shall we continue? So this is the case here. Next. Hope it is clear for you. Hmm? Okay. Next, renting is motor vehicles where the supplier is any person other than body corporate, recipient is a body corporate. Same, where motor vehicles are designed to carry passengers. That means you are renting car, all these things, bus, etc., where cost of the fuel is included. Supplier is any person other than body corporate, recipient is a body corporate. It is RCM. General rule is RCM, GST rate is 5%. Otherwise, they can also go with FCM, GST rate is 18%. Am I clear? And this RCM entry, this is applicable for renting the vehicles or transporting the passengers. Renting the vehicles. This RCM entry is applicable for what? No? Renting the vehicles, not transporting the passengers. Both are different. Both are same or different? Different. What is the difference? See, suppose now I am booking a Ola car or bike or Uber auto, Rapido auto, all this. Imagine Rapido auto I got to travel from one place to another place. Auto came here. Now I'm asking auto Anna, Anna, you get down, I will drive. Will you allow? What you will say? Okay. Ayya, please shut your mouth, come sit, give OTP, we'll drop you. Okay. So that way they are transporting the passengers. Vehicle is not under your control. Vehicle is not at your disposal. I'm going and taking a car on rent, bike on rent, auto on rent. I can go wherever I want. Okay. So that way the point is, sir, renting vehicles, na vehicle is at your disposal. Transporting the passengers, na vehicle is not at your disposal. You'll be transported in a predetermined route or predetermined schedule. That is transportation of passengers. This RCM entry is for what? No? Renting the vehicles, not for transporting the passengers. Hope it is clear. With this, we are done with RCM. Okay. See, I understand your expectation is to cover everything fast, chaka, chak, chaka, chak. But today, you felt anywhere we were slow? No. But still, we could cover this, correct? So the point is, in regular batch, I will take 3 days to finish this. 3 days with 5.5 hour, 5.5 hour, 6 hours, 6 hours time. Today we have spent how many hours? Hardly 4 hours. 8:30 have started. 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. 5 hours. In these 5 hours, some 40-45 minutes went here and there, some 5-10 minutes break. If you take 1 hour gone, hardly we have discussed only 4 hours. Recording output, if you see that much also, it will not come. Okay. So that way, the point is, please understand, I'm just going it in a proper speed only. We'll do everything possible. Okay. So don't worry. Right. You just travel with me for this few days, parallelly revise whatever we are discussing. In those chapters, whatever we did not discuss, you revise. Okay. And come to the lecture. Okay. So tomorrow we'll continue the discussion. Tomorrow the plan will be, we'll finish section 9, subsection 5, composition scheme. Then we'll go to place of supply. Okay. And we'll go with value of supply. I think happily we can complete them comfortably. If time permits, we'll discuss some ITC. Time permits. Otherwise, not an issue. We'll discuss that day after tomorrow. So there we'll take ITC. We'll do some ITC discussion and problems also. If time permits, we'll go with other things, interest calculation, etc. We'll see how it goes. My only objective is whatever we are discussing, we should discuss it perfectly thoroughly. That's the whole agenda, correct? You also do some homework, etc. in your house and come back. Any doubts, etc., you ask, all that you do. And one sincere request is finish all book back, I say book back questions. Okay. And I'm just compiling some recent questions, all these things, and trying to prepare a small PDF. I'll share that to you in a couple of days. Actually, by today it would have been over, but some DTP work, etc., is pending. But still, I will try to make that, compile it, and share it to you, and make sure you are doing that. And one more thing, this notes link you need correct up. 1 second, one. See, I have a YouTube channel called CA Vishnu Vardhan, Advika or others, for whoever it is. Okay. So you just subscribe that, so that I'll be posting these videos also, whatever I'm recording, but may not be immediately, maybe in another couple of days, something like that. What I'm planning is all the entire discussion I'll just collate and release it as one single marathon. Okay. So that way it will take some time. So you please bear accordingly. Okay. Right. If you open just CA space Vishnu space Vardhan, you will find it. It's fine. And in Instagram also the same thing. Whenever you have any doubts, etc., you can ping me. Now coming to the point, just the notes link you want, correct? So you can scan this QR code, you will get the link to the drive where we are uploading the notes. Okay. Got it, got open now. Thank you, Advika. Subscriber increase. Right. Then others, none are clear? Yes. So hope it is clear for you and hope you have understood today's session. Right. So please do revise whatever we have discussed. See you all tomorrow, same time. Thank you everybody and Jai Hind. This group chat is enabled actually. So is the audio clear? Please respond everybody. The chat box, is the audio, video, everything clear? You just respond, we'll continue. We'll start. Everybody, is it clear? Audio, everything, video, everything is clear, right? Yes. So good morning everybody. Good morning. So yesterday we have been discussing that supply concept and we are done with this reverse charge mechanism also, all that, right? So today we are going to start with e-commerce operator 9 subsection 5, then we'll finish composition scheme. And in composition scheme, we'll see some questions actually, and we'll understand the concept, and then we'll go with place of supply and we'll close it. So before the fast break, this is the target. Okay, we should close, right? Now, coming to 9 subsection 5, you know what is 9 subsection 5? Where e-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. The e-commerce operator, section 9 subsection 5. You should remember the subsection number also here. Okay, so section 9 subsection 5. So the subsection itself is giving you a hint, that is 5 services are there, are notified for me here. Okay, so you remember that 5 services. In that case only e-commerce operator liable to pay GST, not every case. Everywhere where e-commerce operator comes into picture, e-commerce operator is not liable to pay GST. Only 5 services supplied through e-commerce operator, not by, not to, it is through. Okay, through e-commerce operator. Okay, how many services? 5 services, not all, and not goods here, only services. Okay, so what are the 5 services? Quickly see, boys, normally for us the favorite car in Mahindra, Tar. Some XUV also. That's crazy. That's different. Okay. For rich people like you, for poor people like you, for beginners, Tar. Okay. Okay. So that way, sir,
We are using Tar car. You know Tar car, ma? Devi? Okay. Tar car we are using. For what purpose? We purchased Tar car and we are using it for local delivery. Na? Link it to Zepto and all we are doing. Okay. That is the code word. You just remember. We are using Tar car for what? Local delivery. T for transportation of passengers, H for housekeeping, A for accommodation, R for restaurant services. Plus local delivery services, which is an amendment. Okay. So now, sir, if you are transporting the passengers or housekeeping services or accommodation services or restaurant services or local delivery services through e-commerce operator, who is liable to pay GST? E-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. Okay, that is the concept of this thing. But everything has an exception here. Okay, everything has an exception. Okay, just listen to me as if you are watching a web series and then you revise enough. Okay, now, sir, everything has an exception here. What is the exception? Now, see, first of all, transportation of passengers. Now, what we can take Ola, Uber up example. Hmm? Housekeeping, what you can take, urban company, correct, amma? Accommodation services, I need not tell to you. Agoda, make go Ibibo, something like that. Okay, and anything else you know. Okay, I don't know apart from this. Okay, right. Go Ibibo. Next, restaurant, our favorite, Swiggy, Zomato, all these things. Okay, right. So these are the things. And local delivery services. Nowadays, you know, local delivery services is Porter, Rapido, Parcel through e-commerce operator, not by e-commerce operator. Okay, so through e-commerce operator. So Porter, Rapido, Parcel, Bike Parcel, all these things. Earlier it was Dunzo was there. That fellow was too costly. That is why that fellow vanished from the market. Rapido Parcel was cheap. You see, so that is how they sustained actually in the market. Okay, right. So these fellows are liable to pay GST. So we have understood examples also. Okay, so transportation of passengers, housekeeping, accommodation, restaurant services, local delivery services. This is the concept. Now coming to the point, sir, every point has an exception here. Every point has an exception. What is the exception? Sir, for transportation of passenger services, sir, exception is if this is provided by, we remember like Ola, Uber, Rapid only. Go Ibibo, Paytm, Amazon, all these things you open, you book bus tickets also, correct? That is also e-commerce operator only. Transporting the passengers only. By omnibus, maxi cab, motor car, motorbike, everything. So we just like Ola, Uber only more famous, but actually Go Ibibo, Make My Trip or anybody, Red Bus, Abibus, anything you take now. You can book even bus tickets, correct, everywhere. So that way, sir, they are transporting the passengers through e-commerce operator, correct? Through e-commerce operator. In that case, who is liable to pay? E-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. But in transportation of passengers, the exception is, sir, you are transporting the passengers by omnibuses, sir. Plus, who is the supplier? Supplier is a company, sir. Then company is liable to pay GST, not e-commerce. Who is liable to pay GST? Company, not e-commerce operator. See, for example, I'll show you. There is transformer. Okay. So there is a supplier called Transformer Travels, sole proprietor. Okay. That fellow is a supplier. He is transporting the passengers. But you know, nowadays every bus is booked like in Go, Ibibo, all these platforms, all that, correct? So a customer by name Mr. Sanchar booking a bus ticket through Go, Ibibo, 200 rupees ticket, 36 rupees GST. Who is liable to pay GST? Who is liable to pay GST? Who is e-commerce operator here? You or me? Go, Ibibo. This is case study based question. You should say what is the answer. It is not like provision illapa. Who is liable to pay GST? Online fellows, I need messages in the chat box. Hmm. Who is liable to pay GST? Go Ibibo. That is needed. Okay, Go Ibibo is liable to pay GST. Correct? But sir, Alisha, come here. Because I am not using mic, I cannot show. Now, look at this. There is a company called Vivard Travels Private Limited. Okay, yeah. Vishnu Vardhan Travels or Vivard. Okay, short form. Okay. Now, this is bus, not Pani Puri Bandi. Okay. So, transporting passengers. Okay, Vivard Travels is having a bus. We also listed in Go Ibibo. Now, you are Sanchar, same fellow. What is happening? Sir, you are booking the bus ticket through Go Ibibo. But who is the supplier? Vivard the Travels Private Limited, correct, a company. And is this a omnibus bus? Who is liable to pay GST? Company. Pay name. Okay. That is important. Vivard Travels Private Limited is liable to pay GST. Are you understanding the point? So, transportation of passengers, e-commerce operator is liable to pay. But one exception is there. The exception has two conditions. What are the two conditions? You should be a company. Supplier should be a company. And the vehicle used is omnibus. Simple. Who is liable to pay GST? Supplier. The company is liable to pay GST. In all other cases, e-commerce operator is liable to pay. Clear? My voice, everything is clear for you now? Yes. So that is the concept. Shall we move on, move on, move on? Now, what is the next one? Housekeeping, accommodation, and local delivery. These three fellows has same exception. These three fellows has same exception. As you know, we are using car for local delivery. Correct? Sir, for car, what is the exception? Company plus omnibus. For housekeeping, accommodation, and local delivery services, for these fellows, what is the exception? Supplier is liable to register under section 22 subsection 1. Supplier is liable to register under section 22 subsection 1. Then supplier is liable to pay GST. What is section 22 subsection 1? Threshold limits. 24 compulsory registration. 22 subsection 1 is threshold limit for registration. Conceptually, you are correct. Technically, when you are saying, okay, we'll blabber whatever comes to our nose. That is what happens in exam. You should be technically also correct. You will have the knowledge, but when you are presenting also, you should be technically correct. Because if you say to me 22 subsection 1, with your face expressions, I can understand what you are trying to tell. But when you use the word in writing compulsory registration, only I can understand the depth there. Okay, I feel like that is an unparliamentary word. Same happens to the examiner. You cannot understand the knowledge behind your answer. You can only see what you have written and judge you. Correct? So compulsory registration is section 24. 22 subsection 1 is what? Liable for registration, the threshold limits 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 40 lakhs is there, no? That we will see later. Okay, so that way, sir, if the supplier is liable for registration, for example, housekeeping, accommodation, local delivery is there, no? Now, you know, in urban company, sir, we are booking an AC mechanic. Imagine there is an AC repair in your house. I am coming and doing repair. You are booking through urban company. I am the AC mechanic coming and doing the repair. And I am asking 500 rupees going. Who is liable to pay GST? Urban company is liable to pay GST. But imagine I am running a business in a large scale where I have 25 employees with me who are AC mechanics. We were the agencies, or we were AC manpower agencies, or we were the AC mechanics. Like that, we are running some agency. They also listed in urban company. Possible? You are booking some AC repair, all that. Urban company is allotting that to me. What I will do now? I will send one of my staff do the repair. We are charging 500 rupees plus GST. Who is liable to pay GST? We were the agency is liable to pay 25 employees. I am doing 50 crore turnover just by repairing ACs. Okay, in Chennai, in Bangalore, that is not possible. Okay, right. So the point is, sir, who is liable to pay GST here? Supplier is liable to pay. Who is the supplier? You should check. Clear? Same example again for accommodation. If you see nowadays, you open Goibibo, Agoda, everything. Every damn hotel is listed. No matter how small hotel it is or how big hotel it is. Sir, from roadside hotel to some Leela Palace, Taj Hotel, all these things, everything are listed. If you are like, for example, I am coming to Bangalore for small interview. So I just got down near Majestic railway station. There was some small hotel I searched in Goibibo. 500 rupees one hotel was there for one day. I thought we'll just fresh up and go for interview. I booked the room in the hotel. Who is liable to pay GST? It's a small roadside hotel. Who is liable to pay GST? Goibibo is liable to pay. Okay. Or imagine I just came here, open Goibibo, thought of staying in Leela Palace, booking a room in Leela Palace, just 30,000 per day. Okay. Plus GST. Who is liable to pay GST now? Leela Palace. You understand the point? So that is the concept. Clear? So I repeat, housekeeping, accommodation. Local delivery services also, this porter, all these things, Rapido parcel. Their supplier, the person who is doing this delivery actually liable for registration. I don't see anybody there liable for registration. But still, anybody liable for registration, they will be liable to pay GST, not the e-commerce operator. Hope you have understood the exceptions. For all the 3 points, I give 3 examples also for you. Clear? Online fellows, give some hearts, give some hearts. Why you should keep on responding. You should be busy in the chat box also, right? Anything, whatever we are discussing, answers, etc., etc. At least the first letter of that answer, you should keep on responding so that you will also not feel sleepy, and I will also get some motivation. Morning energy I'll get. Okay, all right. Now coming to the point, the last one. What is the last one? Restaurant services. For restaurant services, what is the exception? Restaurant services, Swiggy, Zomato. You know, Swiggy, Zomato is liable to pay GST. But what is the exception? The exception is nothing, sir. The exception is nothing but if the restaurant is located inside a hotel. Hotel is different, restaurant is different. Correct? Hotel, restaurant is. Correct? The restaurant is inside a hotel. Sir, inside this, let us assume this is Leela Palace Hotel. Inside that one small restaurant is there. From that I am ordering masala dosa. Swiggy fellow is coming and delivering. Who is liable to pay GST? That restaurant is liable to pay. The restaurant is located in a hotel where in the hotel room rent per day just greater than or equal to 7,500 a stay. Okay, just greater than or equal to 7,500. Then, sir, who is liable to pay GST in that case? From that, see, in that hotel there is a restaurant. From that restaurant you are ordering masala dosa. Who is liable to pay GST? Restaurant fellow is liable to pay. Do you understand the point? Shall we continue? Restaurant, what is the concept now? Who is liable to pay GST? E-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. What is the exception? The exception is the located inside a hotel. Yes. Declared tariff is not the value of supply, just value of supply. Earlier the word was declared tariff. Now it is just value of supply. Okay. Now it is not declared tariff anymore, it is just value of supply. What is it? Value of supply. If the value of supply is greater than or equal to 7,500, then hotel is the restaurant is liable to pay. Okay, not the commerce operator. Am I clear? Shall we continue? That is the concept. Okay. Oh. So we are done with section 9 subsection 5. What is section 9 subsection 5? Everybody, e-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. Okay. So in this, how many points we have seen? 5. Transportation of passengers, housekeeping, accommodation, restaurant, local delivery. Transportation of passenger, what is the exception? Omnibus plus company. Housekeeping, accommodation, and local delivery. Supplier liable for registration under section 22 subsection 1. Last one, restaurant services. Restaurant inside a hotel where value of supply is greater than or equal to 7,500 per day. Okay, then restaurant is like. Okay, so with this we are done with 9 subsection 5. Here another points which we have to remember also. Sir, e-commerce operator business, to do this, do we need any physical presence in India? You need any physical presence in India? You can design an app outside India and upload that in Play Store, App Store, all this, ask the people to download, etc., etc., and you can run it, correct? To actually run this business, you need not have any physical presence in India. If you're having physical presence in India, no problem. We are not stopping you from coming to India. Okay. But if you don't have physical presence in India, who is liable to pay GST? Any person representing you in India for any purpose is liable to pay GST. Sir, I don't have any person in India representing me for any purpose, sir. Then appoint a person in India just to pay tax. You understand the point? 9 subsection 5. Who is liable to pay GST? E-commerce operator. In how many cases? 5 cases. Goods or service? Service. Those 5 cases we have seen. All the 5 cases has 5 exceptions. Yes. Suppose e-commerce operator doesn't have any physical presence in India. Hey, any person representing such e-commerce operator for any purpose in India. First, see any representative is there in India. Nobody is there, no, you appoint. Okay. So first, e-commerce operator. No physical presence, representative. No physical presence, no representative, appoint a person just to pay tax. Simple. Clear? Shall we continue? Right. So that is what the point. So with this, we are done with section 9, subsection 5. Next, so we are moving on to section 10, composition schema. Understood our e-commerce operator online fellows? Send me the type here E. Just comment E if you have understood e-commerce. Done pa? Right. Next, let us move on to section 10. What is section 10? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Very good online fellows now. Super. Soumya, Skanda, Pooja, Sudeep, Suri, Varsha, Amrita, Surbhi, Nesh, Mohammed. Very good. Others respond. Pooja, very good. Right. Section 10. What is section 10? Composition scheme. Correct? Has been tested quite attempts back actually. I'm just waiting for this question in the exam. Okay. So has been a good time without testing composition scheme. So I'll tell you last when it was tested. Hmm? September 2024 last test. You wrote that exam. Super. So almost 2 years. So no, let us see. Okay, fine. Your luck, my luck, all that. So composition scheme. So what is composition scheme? See, as you all know, sir, here the important thing is what we'll deal with questions also, some topics, all that. See, first of all, let us have a plain idea of what is composition scheme. As you all know, composition scheme is for, sir, we are giving relaxation to small taxpayers. No need to pay monthly tax. No need to file monthly return. No need to file quarterly returns also, QRMP. No. Very simple. Quarterly payment of tax, yearly filing of return. Quarterly payment of tax, what is the due date? 18th of the next month following the end of the quarter. Correct? 18th of the next month following the end of the quarter. April to June, due date is July 18. July to September, October 18. Sorry, payment of tax. So what I'm saying, payment of tax only I said. Filing of return I said. No, payment of tax. Payment of tax quarterly, 18th of the next month following the end of the quarter. Okay. Return what you should file, GSTR 4 you should file. What is the deadline for GSTR 4 now? I'm discussing about returns chapter here. I'm just combining all the provisions of composition scheme. Return GSTR 4 now? 30th June. Earlier it was April, right? Then they made it 30th June. So 30th June is the deadline. Am I clear? 30th June is the deadline for filing GSTR 4. Now, sir, the biggest drawback here, they cannot avail ITC and they cannot collect tax from the customer. They cannot take ITC on their purchases. They cannot collect GST from the customer and give to the government. Say for you, GST rate itself is how much wrong? 1%, 1%, 5%. Now, please understand here, composition scheme is in two different subsections. In subsection 1 and 2, one category, subsection 2A, another category. In subsection 1 and 2, one category, subsection 2A, another category. Subsection 1 and 2 is applicable for 2 is conditions, 1 is the main thing. Manufacturer of goods, trader of goods, and restaurant service. That means for other service providers, they cannot enter here. Okay, this is only for people dealing with goods as well as restaurant services. That's all, not for anybody else. So if you are the manufacturer of goods, 1%. If you are trader of goods, 1%. Restaurant services, 5%. Okay, and sir, I am not eligible for subsection 1, sir. You are a chartered accountant, you are an interior designer, or something. Sir, you are not able to fit within subsection. You can come to subsection 2A. Okay. For these people, sir, 6% is the tax rate. Clear? But here the threshold limit is 50 lakhs. Here the threshold limit is 100 lakhs and 75 lakhs. Hope you remember that. So 100 lakhs or 75 lakhs in the preceding financial year. Aggregate turnover not exceeding 150 lakhs or 75 lakhs in the preceding financial year. When it is 75 lakhs, mark special category states, correct? What are the special category states? Do you remember? Sikkim, Tripura, Uttarakhand, Nagaland, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Uttara, Meghalaya. You wake me up in the middle of the sleep, I will tell in the same order. Same order. Why? Because we have a code word for this. The code word is stunning, ma'am. What is the code word? Stunning, ma'am. This is the code word. Look at this, man. Look at this, everyone. Shall we continue? Now, you will get a doubt. Why ma'am is stunning? Because she is watching the sunrise in Arunachal Pradesh. Like that, you know, because A for Arunachal Pradesh. Cunning ma'am, because she is watching the sunrise at Arunachal Pradesh. A is not Assam, not Andhra Pradesh. Okay, right? So A is Arunachal Pradesh. Remember that way. There it is 75 lakhs. Clear? Shall we continue? And aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year should not exceed that. And I repeat, subsection 2A is for those who are not eligible for subsection 1. What is the threshold limit? 50 lakhs. No special category state special limits. 50 lakhs for everyone. It is 50 lakhs for everybody. Clear? Shall we continue, ma? So that is what the concept. Now, 1% means 0.5% plus 0.5%, 0.5% plus 0.5%, 2.5 plus 2.5, 3 plus 3. Here, one very important thing you should understand is for traders, it is 1% of the taxable turnover. Remaining all cases, it is turnover. But for trader, it is taxable turnover. Okay, we'll see the questions also on that. Okay, shall we move on? Right. So you got a fair idea. You have a fair idea of composition scheme, correct? We'll see some questions. Listen to this one. Now, aggregate turnover means what? What is the meaning of aggregate turnover? Aggregate turnover, just remember every sale. Turnover means your sales. Just keep in mind blindly all sales, not purchases. Sir, I am purchasing something under RCM, sir. Who is liable to pay GST? You are only liable to pay GST. Will you add that in your turnover? It is your purchase. Ma aggregate turnover, simple logic sales. Taxable or exempt, non-taxable, intrastate, interstate, export, anything, it doesn't matter. One interesting point is if you make interstate sale to distinct person, is there no? That also will add in aggregate. We have seen yesterday distinct persons concept, correct? Interstate distinct person. Distinct persons not in the same state, in a different state, then it is added in aggregate. That is the only different point. That is the only different point for you. Shall we continue? Right. So that is the concept. Now, look at this. No, only interstate. Correct. So look at this, ma. Sir, we were private limited, trader of notebooks. What we are doing, bro? Tamil Nadu branch registered. Andhra Pradesh branch registered. Stock transfer value 25 lakhs. Supply as per schedule 1 para 2, correct? And sales from that they are doing. What is aggregate turnover? If you ask me now, we were the private limited, na? Interstate stock transfer is 25 lakhs. From Andhra Pradesh is making sales of 40 lakhs, or the company is making sales of 40 lakhs. That is also sales. This 25 lakhs is also sales. Aggregate turnover definition. So automatically, what is aggregate turnover, na? 65 lakhs. So I repeat, sir, the point is if you are making interstate supply to distinct person, that is added in aggregate. This alone, please be very careful. Okay, shall we move on? Pa? Right. Next. Right. Let us see some questions ma here. Now, look at this, ma. Mr. Vishnu Vardhan of Andhra Pradesh started business in financial year 2021 and registered under GST. 2021, his turnover is 123 lakh. Is he eligible for composition scheme? For 2021, whether he is eligible for composition scheme or not, you will see depending on what? Depending on preceding financial year aggregate turnover, correct? You should always use the word preceding financial year or current financial year or succeeding financial year. That's all. Okay, tell me. Preceding financial year, what is aggregate turnover? 0. 0 is less than or equal to 150 lakhs. Then obviously you can take composition scheme. Simple. Okay. Don't think, sir, last year I don't have business. Law is giving benefit. Why you are questioning that? Correct? So that way, sir, you are eligible. Next month, next year, 21, 22. Yes. Because preceding financial year is just 123 lakhs. Why you should check every time whether I'm eligible for composition scheme or not based on the preceding financial year. Okay, right. Super. 22, 23. No, no, super. Next. Next. You should check preceding financial year aggregate or not. Super. Simple. Basic question. Okay. Right. Now let us move on to the next one. Look at this. No, because when I'm showing one question, you should not read the next question and answer, no, for that purpose. Okay, right. So look at this now. This is the story of a company, Vivad Private Limited, goods, dealing with goods registered under GST. They are registered in Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. These are the turnovers: 58 lakhs, 76 lakhs, and 152 lakhs. Okay, this is the turnover. Now, this is for 22-23 financial year. Now, for 23-24, which branch can go for composition scheme? All separate registration. Which branch can go for composition scheme? Karnataka and Telangana can go for composition scheme, correct? Online fellows, reply fast. No, they are doing business from 2-3 years. Let us assume that. Hey, this is 22-23 data. I am talking about 23-24. Who is eligible? This is preceding financial year for 23-24. No. What is the answer? Aggregate turnover means pan India turnover, not state-wise turnover. Vivad Private Limited has only one PAN card. For each state, every different PAN card. Pan India turnover only we should take. No, aggregate turnover means aggregate turnover should be calculated on pan India basis, not state-wise. That means what is the aggregate turnover here? From, listen, just to tell me carefully, what is the turnover of Telangana? What is aggregate turnover from Telangana? Then you should add everything. Correct? Turnover of Telangana means 58 lakhs. Aggregate turnover of Telangana means from Telangana point of view, you are seeing across India. What is my turnover? 58 lakh plus that 152 lakhs is 210 lakhs. 210 lakhs plus 76 lakhs is 286 lakhs. From Telangana, you see aggregate turnover, your aggregate turnover is 286. Only Telangana turnover, you see 58 lakhs. You should see turnover, aggregate turnover. Then aggregate turnover of Telangana exceeding 150 or not exceeding 150? Aggregate turnover of Karnataka exceeding 150. Andhra? Andhra's turnover only exceeding 150, sir. You ignore about So, who is eligible? Nobody is eligible for composition scheme there. Are you understanding the point? I did not expect wrong answer for this. I did not expect wrong answer from you. Right. No one is eligible. Am I clear, everybody? Super online fellows, I love you because you're responding. Very good. Continue the same thing, okay? Even at the end of the session. Right. Coming to the point. Clear with this? You should take aggregate turnover, pan India turnover. Okay. Shall we move on? Right. Now, coming to the point. Sir, suppose, for example, instead of 152 lakhs here, it is just 10 lakhs, sir. Then instead of 152 lakhs, there it is just 10 lakhs. Now, what is the answer? One for calculator, madam. Brain should work early morning only, not late nights. Yes. You, the human being's body structure, the system itself is hijacked. Rari. Okay, yes. What is the answer? 58 plus 10, how much, ma? 68. 68 plus 76, you don't know, correct? So 60 plus 70, what? 130. 8 plus 6, 14. 130 plus 14, 144. Ashte. Yeah, right. So, fine. Okay. The more we spend money on education, the more we lose the common sense. Right, fine. Just coming to the point. What is aggregate turnover? 144 lakhs. Eligible for composition scheme or not? Which branch is eligible? All the three branches are all the three branches are eligible. Yes, all the three branches are eligible. They can go for composition scheme. Fine, super, correct. Now question 3. So we are done with question 2 and its answer also. Okay, all the branches as you said. Now, you said all the branches eligible, correct? Karnataka branch composition scheme optional or mandatory? Optional. You are eligible now. You decide whether you want to go with it or not. If you feel it is beneficial, follow it. If you feel it is not beneficial for you, don't follow it. Simple. Okay, it is optional. Clear? Now the point is, sir, when it is optional, three branches are there, three different registrations. Karnataka branch is deciding, I will go with normal scheme. I will go with normal scheme. Then what should I do? Ah, exactly. What is it, Ra? Everyone has to go with normal scheme. Okay. So, see, understand, when you have multiple registrations, when we have multiple registrations, one branch opts out of composition scheme. Everyone should opt out. Either everybody go to composition scheme or everybody stay in normal scheme. Some branches going for normal, some branches going for composition, not allowed. Clear up. This is first clarity. Next one, sir, the point is, if any branch becomes ineligible for composition scheme, what will happen? All the branches will become ineligible for composition scheme. That is the concept. Am I clear? Hmm? So that is the story there. Okay. Now, sir, what if it is not Andhra Pradesh, sir? It is. This is the story now. This is the story. This is the story. Very good online fellows. Hmm. Or no? Now you understand what is aggregate turnover 144 lakhs. Telangana eligible for composition scheme? Yes. Karnataka eligible for composition scheme? Yes. Sikkim? Sikkim only 75 lakh threshold limit. Eligible or not eligible? Just now we discussed one fellow is not eligible. So obviously, sir, that means, can I say indirectly here, sir, what they are trying to tell, if you have one branch in special category, one branch outside special category, your threshold limit will fall down to 75 lakh. Correct? That is the concept. Simple. So now what is the answer now? None of the branches can go for composition scheme because, as I told, the threshold limit, if the branch is in special category state, the threshold limit will fall down to 75 lakhs. Hope it is clear for you. Okay, right. Super. Shall we move on to the next question? Yes, look at this question. Look at this one. Mr. Gajini is registered in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Selling cameras, he'll be always having a camera, no? Why? Because he's selling cameras. Okay. Now, till March 27th, he made a turnover of 149 lakh 70,000. Okay. Now, he knows that if he sells even one single camera, it will exceed 150 lakhs. He will not be eligible for composition scheme. So, what he did on March 27th, closed the business. 28, 29, 30, 31. He took break, went to Goa, chilling, relaxing. Okay. In the beach with a coconut water in hand, enjoying the sunset. Night, March 31st, somewhere evening, 6:30, 7 o'clock. Ting, like that one message came. What is the message? The message is nothing but, sir, interest credited in your account 42,000, sir. Okay. Interest income. Why you will get interest income? Because you have allowed someone to use your money. This is service. Correct? You are earning interest income. That means you are given the bank to use your money. Next time when you go to SBI bank, the branch, the watchman will be behaving as if he is a chairman. You tell him, Ray, I am not your customer, you are my customer. Because you are giving them the money to use, correct? For that you got interest. This is a supply of service. But it is exempt under GST, that's a different story. But aggregate turnover includes even exempt supplies. You understanding my point or not? This is a supply made. Interest earned for extending loans, advances, deposits is exempt under GST. But this is a supply of service you made, which is exempt. Aggregate turnover includes what? Exempt supply also. Now, if you add this, what is your aggregate turnover now because of this? It will exceed 150 lakhs or not? So you are eligible for composition scheme or not? You tell me which businessman doesn't have FD, or leave about FD, a savings account you will not have, amma. When you plan the interest, amma, how much you will get? That means indirectly you are making everyone ineligible for composition scheme. So there is a hurdle here. So government doesn't want this hurdle to block your eligibility to composition. So what they said, na, ignore this fellow. Whom? Interest income. Remember this thumb rule, please understand carefully. Sir, the thumb rule is interest income. Why you are earning interest income? For extending loans, advances, or deposits. You ignore this fellow for every damn purpose under section 10. I repeat the statement, sir. You ignore interest income for everything under section 10. You are calculating aggregate turnover. Ignore this fellow. Calculating tax. Ignore this fellow. Calculating any relaxation. Ignore this. Okay. So the point is, sir, this is an exempt supply, but still, what is the thumb rule? Interest income under section 10 will always be ignored. Whatever you are calculating, for what purpose you are calculating? For section 10, sir, ignore this. Simple. For the purpose of section 10, whatever you calculate, sir, please ignore interest income. Am I clear? Simple. Shall we move on? So now tell me, what is your aggregate turnover? What is your aggregate turnover now? Hey, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Okay. Next, eligible for composition schema next year? Yes, of course. Have you understood that? So I repeat, sir, only for section 10. You ignore testing. Am I clear? Right. Next. Look at this fellow. Next one. Visible amma anything? In Bekama? You're comfortable? Huh? It's like from morning you are changing my place. Huh? Why you are late, madam? What time class? What time you came, 8:48. Right. Yes. For being late also there will be some एक सीमा होती है. Fine. 5-10 minutes is fine. Okay. Don't be late too much. Okay. Right. Yes. Look at this question. What is the answer? Mr. Anirudh, selling musical instruments, registered in Tamil Nadu and opted for composition scheme for financial year 24-25. Sales. Classical instrument. You go through my, I'll take rest for my throat. What is the tax liability? If he is a manufacturer, how much tax he should pay? If he is a trader, how much tax he should pay? What's your name? Ishika is thinking now, I am far better. Just now I was telling her being late. I was telling her you should not be late. So now after her you came, no. She's like, okay, fine. Now I am safe. Okay. She's thinking in mind. You scold her also, sir. Okay, fine. Yes. What is the answer now? Online fellows. Super Surbi, very good explanation. Tell the tax liability. Tell the tax liability. Surbi, your explanation is correct, but answer you just think properly. Janavika, very good. Like for the previous answer. Yes, ma, what is the answer of manufacturer? How much is the tax liability? 32,000. Trader? Exactly, that's all, as you know. Sir, manufacturer should pay on the aggregate turnover, total turnover. But trader only on? In exam, you show always bifurcation of CGST, SGST, IGST, unless they tell you ignore it. In the question, if they say ignore the bifurcation, no problem. Otherwise, always show the bifurcation. And for composition dealer, always there will be only CGST plus SGST liability. Should show that, correct? You should not give the total amount like that, just like that 32,000 or 12,000. So always show the breakup. Make clear? Shall we continue? Right. So that is what the concept. Next. Hmm. Yes. Look at this now. Guys, I repeat, we know the concept composition scheme. Some briefing has been done and we are seeing the question straight away. Okay. Yes. Look at this now. What is the answer? What is his tax liability? Think properly. Rajat Patidar of the gems discovered by RCB. Others? Hmm? What is the answer, online fellows? 80,000 total. See, first of all, this fellow is a. And did I tell manufacturer or trader? Does it important here? Is it relevant? Not relevant, because he's selling only one type of goods and which is taxable under GST normally. If he's selling both taxable exempt goods, you should worry, sir, he's a manufacturer or trader. He is selling only taxable goods now, which are normally taxable at what? 12%. No. And parallelly, he also received legal services. Legal services covered under RCM or not? But this man has opted composition scheme. So he'll pay tax at 1% or normal rates are. Correct. Ma, he will pay tax on legal services on the goods what he is selling at normal rates or composition rates are. Composition rate, correct? Composition rate, na, you are the composition dealer. You pay tax on your sales under composition scheme. My sales also you will pay under composition scheme. My sale is your purchaser. So on my sales also you will apply composition rate. You are a composition dealer, I am composition dealer. Correct? Vivard Electronics is composition dealer. On lawyers sales also you will apply composition rate. Yeah, composition rates are applicable only on your outward supplies, not on inward supplies. Imagine you are going to purchase an AC. You tell to the AC shop fellow, Anna, I am under composition scheme, charge 1% GST. He'll be like, Debbalu padata hero. Okay. Yes or no? Sir, the point is your sales will be subjected to composition rate, not your purchases. So purchases RCM liability is there for you that you should discharge at normal rate only, no. So you have two liabilities here. That is why I asked you tax liability in the hands of Vivard. These are the points where you do mistakes in MCQ. Clear? So in Vivard hands, what is the liability? He has sales, on sales also he has a liability, on purchases also he has a liability. So that is the answer. What is the answer for total? Yes, total CGST 1 lakh, GST 1 lakh. Okay, right. Shall we move on? Online fellows, have you understood? Hmm. Hey, yes, composition dealer. No, he will pay everything in cash. Correct, perfect. Yes. Online students, are you clear? Yes, very good. Send some hearts, Ra. Yes. Okay. Next. What is next one? Nobody is clear. Let us move on to the next one. So here, understand, sir, composition taxpayer. Outward supplies, you should pay tax at composition rate. Inward supply, whether it is RCM or FCM, it will be subjected to normal rates only. Because as I told, your purchases will be subjected to normal GST rate. You are a composition dealer, na? On your sales, you can enjoy the composition rates, not on your purchases. Hope it is clear for you. So, okay, I'll make you to do a mistake and then teach a concept. Okay, so Noah, so you're ready to do mistake. Fine, super, very good. In life also, we should be ready to do mistakes. Now. Point is, you should not repeat the mistake. Life lessons. But basic human nature is what we will be repeating the same mistake. Humans being humans. Answer for this. Registration is different. Muhammad, registration is different. You are under composition scheme. When you are in composition scheme, you can receive the RCM supplies. You can pay GST on them under reverse charge mechanism. Registration is different. Registration you should take. That's a different story. But scheme, normal scheme, there is no restriction that you should definitely take normal scheme only if you are opting for RCM. I mean, if you are purchasing RCM supply. Fast, ma. Answers in the chat box. Very good, Jinesh. The answer. 7.96 lakhs. Madam, what is your name? Yanchi. Classmates are before. Your only friend. What's your name, bro? You're not there yesterday. Online you attended. Huh? Shall I reveal the answer? See, first of all, you started the business on 1/4/2023 in Tamil Nadu and started selling notebooks. Turnover exceeded 20 lakhs. You became liable for registration. You imagine today you started walking, doing business. Zero. And you are walking. You did it turnover 20 lakhs. You reached. This period, you are registered or unregistered. You would have collected GST. Correct. Now, sir, what happens? Again, you took registration, opting for composition scheme. When you opt for composition scheme, you can go for composition scheme up to your aggregate turnover touches 150 lakhs. One second, ma, this question is. Okay. I should have asked you two different questions before this. Fine, no problem. Let us do them also now. So that's what I'm getting doubt. How I suddenly jumped to this little bit more complicated question like that. I was thinking without touching the basics. Okay, look at this. Mr. Suresh Raina started business on 2nd June 2023 in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, his turnover exceeds 20 lakhs on 2nd September 2023 and got registration till March 31st. Turnover is 153 lakhs. For financial year 24-25, easy eligible for composition scheme because out of that 153 lakhs, he did business 20 lakhs as non-registered person, unregistered person. 133 lakhs only he did as a taxable person. So, what is the aggregate turnover you should take now here? While calculating the limits, 24-25, you have to see 23-24 turnover. You will take 23-24 turnover 153 lakhs or 133 lakhs. 133 or 153? 153 you should take. Because aggregate turnover means 1st April to 31st March. That's all. Don't complicate. 1st April to 31st March, what is the aggregate turnover you should see? That's all. Am I clear? That time, whether you are a taxable person, not tax, it doesn't. We are not asking you to pay tax on the 20 lakhs. Don't misunderstand. We are just asking you. Tell me you are preparing your profit and loss account. Turnover said how much you will put? 153 lakhs you will put. 133 only you will put. 153 correct. You will book all sales only, no? So 153 lakhs is the aggregate turnover. Clear? I repeat again. Aggregate turnover means what? What is the meaning of aggregate turnover? 1st April to 31st March. Whatever is there, that is aggregate turnover. Right. Now coming to the concept. So Suresh Raina eligible for composition scheme or not next year? Because aggregate turnover exceeding 150. Now look at this. Jinesh, very good. Total 4,10,7,000. Devi, hmm? Confused. Tell what is there in your mind. What you got? Try something. Get some answer. We'll correct the mistake. What's in mind? Maya, Priyansha, what you said? Aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is 143 lakhs. Right? This financial year you want your liability, no? How you are getting 143 then? Hmm. Financial year 23-24 you are calculating tax liability. For that financial year 23-24 turnover only, no, you should consider. What is the turnover of financial year 23-24? 183 lakh. How you will get 1,43,000? That is preceding financial year aggregate turnover, no? I am asking current financial year tax liability. Your working should be on 183 lakhs. 143 lakh information is to tell you that this year you are eligible for composition scheme, you took that. Your working should be on 183 lakhs, not on 143 lakhs. Enamma Disha, correct? That fellow is eligible for composition scheme this year. That fellow is like throw to me, sir. Okay. So wait. Yes. Let us keep this speaker, okay, from now. Hmm? Right. Now listen carefully. See, 143 lakhs is to decide whether you are eligible for composition scheme this year or not. Yes, you are eligible, you took that. When you take that, what will happen? This year, whatever turnover you are doing, on that you will pay GST at composition rate. This year, how much turnover you did? On that only you will pay tax at composition rate, no? How much you will pay? So what is the answer? You told 1.83 or 43 earlier. Okay, okay, right. It's like not me. Why? Because see, listen. This year you are eligible for composition scheme. You are taking composition scheme. It is not like how much ever turnover you do, they'll give composition scheme benefit. The benefit is only up to 150 lakhs. Otherwise, imagine I start cement manufacturing business this year. Last year aggregate turnover 0. Eligible for composition scheme. This year I took composition scheme. First year I did 100 crore turnover. They'll give 1% benefit. That's all. Up to 150 lakhs you enjoy. After 150 lakhs, once you touch the threshold limits, you will come out of composition scheme. Your threshold limit may be 150 lakhs, 75 lakhs, or 50 lakhs, as the case may be. Once you touch in the current financial year, when you opt for composition scheme, if your aggregate turnover touches the threshold limits, automatically you will come out of composition scheme and start paying tax at normal rates. Okay, so that means up to 150 lakhs, what you would have done? You would have paid tax at 1%, that is 1,50,000, 75,000, 75,000. And after the 33 lakhs is there, no? On that you would have paid GST at normal rate. Clear? Shall we continue? Everybody, online fellows, send me some hearts. Online fellows, send me some hearts, please. Clear? Surabhi, very good. Amruta, very good. Dinesh, very good. Right. Shall we see the next question? The question which you have already saw. Okay. Without making you to play quarter final, semi final, I made you to play final match straight away. Okay. Yes. Now you should give right answer for this. Is the answer. Next. Online fellows, send your answers in the chat box. Ra. You have 2 minutes to solve it now. What is the answer, ma? 5 lakh? Hmm. 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 46, 26. Next. 3 lakh 6,000, 3 lakh 96,000. What is your answer? You got something out of 12 lakh 96,000. Anybody got? 21 lakh 96,000. 3 lakh 96,000. 3 lakh 6. 3 lakh 60. 426. Anybody got? No, these are normal numbers which I have in my memory actually for this question. What student gives? Okay, right. See, first of all, you started your business. Huh? Are you registered or unregistered? You walked a path till 20 lakhs. Huh? You have come to a milestone of 20 lakhs. You took registration and you also opted for composition scheme. Now, at this point, if I ask you, at this point, what is your aggregate turnover? Fair enough. When you take composition scheme benefit, you can take benefit till what? Till your aggregate turnover touches. Correct? Already, what is your aggregate turnover? Already, what is your aggregate turnover? You can take composition scheme benefit till your aggregate turnover touches. That means how far you will travel now? Only 130 lakhs you will travel. On that only you can claim composition scheme benefit. That is 1 lakh 30. After this, still how much you made the turnover? After this, how much turnover still you made? 33 lakhs. On that normal rates. Correct? Understood? So 5 lakh 26,000 is the answer. That is why the moment immediately Rajat has told the correct answer, he was like, ah. So I was disappointed. So clear, Amma, understood. You started the previous question, this question is different. Previous question, you are already registered doing business, and this year from day one you are in composition scheme. Here this year you started business this year only, became liable for registration, took composition scheme and did the turnover. How much ever you do, your aggregate turnover till 150 lakhs only you can claim this benefit, but you already did a turnover of 20 lakhs. So still how long you can take this? 133 lakhs only you can travel. Correct? Online fellows, have you understood? Please send some hearts if you have understood. Hmm. Hmm, hmm. 0 you started, ma. 20 lakhs you registered. You took composition scheme. Current year you are eligible for composition scheme because aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is 0. So this year only you are registering. Immediately you are registering, you can take composition scheme also because last year turnover is not there, last year business is not there. Imagine. So you can take composition scheme or not, that you are understood. But when you have taken composition scheme, if I ask you on that day, what is your turnover means how much you will tell? You already did in this financial year turnover 20 lakhs. So if you ask you what is your aggregate turnover, what will you tell right now? 20 lakhs you will tell. Composition scheme benefit is available till what? 150. In the 20 already over, no? It is not now 20 plus 150. That means in that year aggregate turnover is 170 lakhs. Correct? So it is like composition scheme benefit will be from 0 to 150 lakhs. Okay, 0 to 150 lakhs. You already traveled 20 lakhs, no? Balance how much you have to travel? Tell you only 130 lakhs balance benefit. From here I will not give extra 150 lakhs. Okay. Composition scheme benefit is available for you till aggregate turnover touches 150 lakhs. Your aggregate turnover at this point already touched 20 lakhs. That is what I asked. In this case, anybody coming and asking you what is your aggregate turnover, what will you tell? 20 lakhs. Composition scheme benefit is waiting here to expire at 150 lakhs mark. So how long you will walk now? 130 lakhs only. On that only composition scheme. Okay. Not from 20 lakhs 150. 150 includes the 20 lakhs. One more thing, listen carefully. On this tax will come or will not come? Will not come 0 because you are unregistered person. You are not a taxable person that time. So 0 to 20 lakhs in this entire journey, 150 lakhs you can take composition scheme benefit, but 0 to 20 lakhs you are not even registered. 0 liability. 20 lakhs to that 150 lakhs, 1%. After 150 lakhs, normal. Clear? Shall we continue? Everybody? Yes. Okay. So with this, we are done with the complications at your level, at inter level. Nothing to worry. Okay. One small point alone I want to discuss that we will discuss. Now, sir, you know there is something called marginal supply of service in composition scheme. Then subsection 1 says you cannot provide services other than restaurant services. Or if you are providing services, you should go to 10(2)(a), correct? But still, they have given something called marginal supply of service concept. Why? Because I am selling cameras. Can I go for composition scheme? 10(1). Selling cameras, goods. Can I opt for composition scheme? Yes, I can opt for composition scheme, provided my aggregate turnover in the preceding year does not exceed 150 lakhs, 75 lakhs. When I have opted composition scheme in the current financial year, I sold cameras. I will pay GST 1%. Tomorrow, if there is any repair, customer will come to me or not? What should I tell? Sorry, Ra, I am in composition scheme. I cannot do service. Will I get customer next? Correct? You are selling laptop, same logic. Selling AC, same logic. Selling any goods, Ra. If there is any problem, they will come to you or not. Can you tell, Ray, I am under composition scheme. I cannot provide services like that. So the law is giving you, okay, Ra, you are mainly dealing with goods. Some small portion I will allow you to do services. That is nothing but, sir, in the preceding financial year, in that state, not aggregate turnover, in that state, how much is the turnover you did? That 10% or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. Whichever is higher. 10% of the turnover in the state or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher, na, if you understand properly, minimum 5 lakhs worth of services you can give. Minimum 5 lakh worth of services you can give. Correct? Now, suppose for example, now look at this. Suppose we were sole proprietor dealer in electronics. Preceding financial year turnover 22-23. In Andhra 70 lakhs, Tamil Nadu 60 lakhs, Karnataka 10 lakhs. Sir, what is happening here? Total turnover is how much? Aggregate turnover 140 lakhs. So 23-24, I am opting for composition scheme. But in 23-24, even though I have opted for composition scheme, can I provide any service? Hmm? Yes, I can provide service. Marginal supply of service, correct? In Andhra, how much worth the services I can provide? This benefit is state wise. 10% or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. 70 lakhs plus 10%, not 140 lakhs plus 10%. Okay, turnover in that state wise you should calculate. In the state, what is the turnover? 70 lakhs. On that 10% is how much? Or 5 lakhs, whichever is 7 lakhs. Next case. Next case. That means I told you, minimum 5 lakhs you can provide every state. So that is the option they are giving. Am I clear? Sure. So that is all about that. And in composition scheme, sir, when you cannot opt for composition scheme, there are some conditions. Do you remember, ma? Conditions for opting composition scheme. Sir, if you opt for composition scheme, you cannot provide services other than restaurant services. But marginal supply of services I can do. That small portion, yes. Sir, I should not be providing services not leviable to GST, but I can supply non-taxable goods. Sir, making interstate supply, interstate outward supply of goods or services. They very important. You should not make interstate sales. You can make interstate purchases, but you cannot make interstate sales. And next, sir, supply of services through e-commerce operator, attracting TCS provisions, you cannot do. But you can sell goods through e-commerce operator. That is fine. And you should not be manufacturing the notified goods. What are the notified goods, ma? Ice cream, pan masala, tobacco, manufactured tobacco substitutes, aerated waters, fly ash bricks or fly ash aggregates or fly ash blocks, bricks of fossil meals and other silicious earths, building bricks, earthen or roofing tiles. These tiles, we will see red color tiles, all these things, or bricks and all, cement bricks you see, or some weightless bricks that with ash, all these things they will do. All such things, if you are manufacturing. Now, girls will be wondering, sir, why, sir, you are punishing ice cream, sir? Correct? Here, ice cream means we are not punishing quality walls or Arun ice cream. Don't misunderstand. Why? Because they are not eligible only for composition scheme. Correct? Why? Because of you, the loyal customers. 150 lakhs turnover you will do in one day, aggregate turnover in India. Correct? Yes or no? They are not, however, eligible. We are not talking about pan masala na, Vimal Bolo Juba Kesari. We are not talking about ITC companies, cigarettes, all these things. They are, however, not eligible. Sir, ice cream means we are focusing manufacturers here, not even traders. We are focusing on, sir, this badam milk bandi will be there, no, one cart. Jai Bolenath ice cream, badam ice, that cart and all, fruit mix, etc., etc. That one. Pan masala means we are talking about pan masala, tobacco, all these things, local gutka manufacturers, those people we are talking. Sir, aerated waters, we are not talking about Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, all these things, Pepsi. We are talking about Goli soda. Clear? And this bricks, see, understand now, that is already completely unorganized sector where there are high tax evasions. For them, you give composition scheme benefit also. Okay. So for them, it is not eligible. So manufacturers only. Traders can happily take composition scheme. Am I clear? And again, I repeat, our target is not that corporate companies, because they are, however, not eligible. We are talking about only these people. Clear? Shall we continue, ma? Next, sir, if you're a casual taxable person or a non-resident taxable person, you cannot take composition scheme. Hope you remember casual taxable person and non-taxable person, right? Non-resident taxable person. Okay, right. Do you remember what is casual taxable person? What is the meaning of casual taxable person? Hmm. Not temporary. You should take registration. Based on that, you are not called as casual tax. Technical word is what? They're telling full outcome only, except the meaning. याद नहीं है ಏನಮ್ಮ casual taxable person is a person who doesn't have fixed place of business in a state from which he is making the supply. So as you are telling temporary, all this nonsense and all, same story. Imagine, sir, we are having some saree showroom here. Okay, big showroom we are having. Okay, silk sarees showroom. We are selling silk sarees. There is a textile exhibition happening in Gujarat. We are going in Narendra Modi Stadium. They are putting the exhibition. We are getting a stall allotted for us. We are going and doing business there. 7 days the exhibition goes on. 10 days, 1 month also you take. There you are going and putting up your stall and doing business. In Gujarat you are making supply. Do you have any fixed place of business there? No, you don't have fixed place of business. Hence, you are called as a casual taxable person for Gujarat, not for Karnataka, not for Tamil Nadu, where you have the shop, all these things. Okay, sir, you are called as a casual taxable person only in the state where you don't have fixed place of business, but you are going and doing business. That means you can be a normal taxpayer in one state, and you can also be a casual taxpayer in another. Am I clear? They are not eligible for composition scheme. Number one. Next, non-resident taxable person, a person who doesn't have fixed place of business or residence, not in a state, anywhere in India. Clear? So casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person, ma. So those are the people who doesn't have fixed place of business or fixed place of residence anywhere in India. Then we call as NRTP. CTP is no fixed place of business in a state where you are making the supply. Clear? Shall we continue? Right. So that is the concept. This is the questions. All these things enough for your particular inter level. Okay, done. So with this, we are done with this. No? Composition scheme section 10 2A is 3%, 3%, 6%. All these things, 50 lakhs is the threshold limit. All the same story. Hope we have covered almost the key points in composition scheme. Correct? And we did some questions also. Shall we move on? Pa? Yes. With this, we are done with composition scheme as well. Yes, ma'am. Before starting the next topic, wait. You just ignore it. Look at this. Before starting the next topic, we'll start place of supply. So I want you to write answer for this. This 10th question is there, no? Ajay. This 10th question. This one answer I want you to write. Take any rough notes or anything, take last page and write answer as if this is the main exam question. In the exam, how do you write? That way you present it. Okay. Yes, you have 7 minutes time. Yes, everybody, online fellows, clear, Amma? Give one thumbs up. Yes, done. Give one thumbs up. Those who are watching the recording or any of this in YouTube or etc., please pause the video, do write sincerely, and then continue the lecture. Please be very sincere with this, because we are doing so much good discussion. You should also have parallelly some writing practice. Yes, online fellows. Done online fellows. How many of you finished ma? Send a message. Done. Now, first of all, understand when 10, 1 and 2 is not available for you, you can go for 10. 10, 1 and 2 when it is not available, first of all, if you are dealing with services fully, you cannot take it. Or, sir, I am dealing with goods also in the same size, sir, services also same size, sir. The marginal supply of services is giving you a luxury to provide some small amount of services so that your business will not get affected. Sell goods, also provide some nominal services, fine. But sir, I am dealing goods also in the same way, services also same way. Like I am selling wrist watches, some 10 12 lakh turnover I am doing. By repairing them also I am earning 10 12 lakhs. Services also at par equal. Can I go for 10 1 now? No. Because I am a service provider other than restaurant service provider and other than marginal supply of services, correct? So I should have the only one option. What is that, ma? I'll be having only one option. What is that? 10 2A. That means 50 lakh threshold, 6%. So that one you should opt. You cannot opt 10 1 and clear. Shall we continue? Done with this. Raki, clear now? Online fellows, others, how many of you finished writing? Please send the letter W. Capital W. W. Whatever you want, you send it. Okay? Yes, yes. Super. Very good. Super, super, super. Very good. Fine. Yes, ma. Very good. Super. So then we'll break for the breakfast and then continue place of supply. Place of supply hardly half an hour to 45 minutes discussion. We'll be done with that. Then we'll take value of supply also and ITC also. You will happily, comfortably finish till ITC. Okay. Because time place of supply, value of supply, small topics. ITC also we will discuss and we'll try to take some problems today itself. Let us see how it goes. First target is place of supply, value of supply. Let us finish, then we'll see how it goes. Okay, right. Yes.